Alright guys, this is going to be a pretty quick one. We're just going to be going over the basics of two tools in Adobe Illustrator, the rotate and the reflect tools. And then at the end, we're going to get a little bit more advanced and talk about how you can rotate an object around a circle within Adobe Illustrator, which is going to allow you to create some really cool effects and graphics. So to get started, let's just go ahead and look at the basics of what the rotate tool does. So let's say I've got this graphic here and I want to go ahead and rotate that. I of course could just grab the corners here and use the transform box to go ahead and do that. Also, I could grab the corners and hold shift to rotate on a 45-degree angle. But let's say I'm creating some sort of graphic and for some reason I need to rotate it at a very specific angle. What I could go ahead and do is double click on my rotate tool here, which is this circle arrow icon, and that'll bring up my rotate panel. I'll make sure I have preview checked on so that I can see my rotation, or if I have a specific value in mind, let's say 37, I can go ahead and type that into the window here, and it's going to go ahead and rotate that object for me to that exact degree. I can also grab this here and move it around manually. If I hit OK, it will lock in that rotation and rotate my object for me. Alternatively, I can hit copy. When I do that, it will make my new rotated object, but it will also leave my original object non-rotated on the screen for me. Next, let's go ahead and look at the reflect tool. So let's say I'm making some sort of graphic and I want a duplicated mirror image wing on the other side. I can go ahead and click on this graphic and then click and hold on the rotate tool to bring up the reflect tool. I'll go ahead and double click on this again to bring up my reflect panel. And now I can either reflect this object on the vertical or horizontal axis. In this case, I want to reflect on the vertical axis. You can see it's flipping that object around. The same thing applies in this panel. If I hit OK, it's going to reflect that, but it's not going to leave me my original graphic. So in this case, because I want mirror image and I want both in my graphic, what I'm going to actually want to do is go ahead and hit copy again. Then I can just go ahead, drag this over, and now I've got my mirror image wings. Alright, so let's talk about how we can make graphics rotating and duplicating things around a circle. So let's say I want to create some sort of sun graphic. What I can do here is go ahead and start with a circle. Go ahead and make this yellow. And now I want to have little triangles that rotate all the way around this to create the rays of the sun. So what I'm going to do is go to my polygon tool here and click on my artboard. This will bring up my polygon option window, and I'm going to make sure I have 3 sides selected to make a triangle. Bring this down a little bit and set this in here. Now I could go ahead, but what I actually want to do instead is just make a little cutout here so that this nests within the circle a little bit nicer. So what I can do is just make a duplicate of this circle by holding Alt on my keyboard, and I'll just drag up over the triangle. I'll select both and use my shape builder tool to just go ahead and get rid of that cutout. And now that'll set in there a little bit nicer. So now I actually want to rotate and repeat this around my circle. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is select this triangle that I want to apply the effect to, and I'll go ahead and open up my rotate tool. Now holding Alt on my keyboard, as you'll see, will bring up these 3 little dots next to my cursor. So I want to hold Alt on my keyboard and find the center of this circle that I want to rotate around and click. What that's doing is it's setting an anchor point for this object to rotate around. Now I just have to do some simple math. Let's say I want 8 of these triangles around my object. So I know that 360 divided by 8 is 45 degrees. So I'll go ahead and type in 45 and then hit copy. As you can see, that's going to make a copy of this object, and it's moving and positioning it around the circle. So now all I have to do is hit Command D on my keyboard to duplicate that copy, and just do that until I've got all of my rays around my sun. And now I've just really quickly and easily created a sun graphic. This is a super awesome trick, setting that anchor point and duplicating things around a circle, and it's something super helpful that I wish I had learned sooner in Illustrator. I know this one was pretty basic and quick, guys, but I hope it was helpful for you. These are 2 tools that you absolutely need to know about when you're getting started in Adobe Illustrator. Please keep leaving comments. Let us know what tools confuse you in Adobe Illustrator, and we'll keep making these videos to help you guys out. Thanks so much for watching.